So we have this consolidation. We have our first national banks appearing because of other regulations that got a little bit loosened during this era. So before this, you couldn't have branches that went across state lines. But post savings and loan crisis, that is something that happened. And also the Glass-Steagall Act was loosened up a little so that investment banks and commercial banks could kind of be housed under the same umbrella.
That's right. So this kicked off, the oil crisis kicked off a period of very, very significant deregulation in the United States. And to Gabby's point, three things in particular happened. First, banks, for the most part across the country, were then allowed to start branching. Before this, that bank branching, the regulations, that was dictated on the state level. So some states, like California, allowed it. And that's one of the reasons Bank of America was able to get so big, because it could have hundreds, thousands of branches across the state, whereas banks in, say, Kansas could only have one location. So branch banking was started to be allowed on the national level. The second thing is that interstate banking. So before this, banks could not have branches or other offices in other states. They're limited to the state that they were founded in. So, but that was opened up in the time period between the oil crisis and today. And then the third thing that really changed was that Glass-Steagall was really chipped away at, and then that's where you started to have these huge universal banks that have, again, investment banking operations and commercial banking operations, and that these are like your Citigroups,
Right.
your J.P. Morgan Chases, and your Bank of Americas.
Technically separated inside the banks, but like they can operate under the same corporate structure now.
That's right, and their balance sheet is, I mean, they're technically, they do different things, right? But they all use the bank's balance sheet. So if you're taking excessive risks in your trading operation, right, that could hit your balance sheet, which could then impact your commercial banking operation.